What's up, MI40 Nation? This is Leon Trevino here. I'm one of the candidates for the ambassadorship program, and I was tasked with coming up with a video demonstration, something that we could teach, something that showed our individuality, something that showed what we can bring to the team. So, a couple of passions I have in my life. One of them, obviously, is bodybuilding. Been doing that for about 5 years now. Done a few local shows, had some success with that. So, obviously, I turned MI40 to look for additional success with that. So looking forward to that journey. In addition to bodybuilding, one of my huge passions is cooking. Been a chef now for the past 20 years. Worked in restaurants, hotels, casinos. I've done it quite a bit, so I know what I'm doing when it comes to cooking. So I figured what I could bring to the team, what would bring an asset to the team, would be to explain how we can do cooking in regards to meal prep, make things more interesting, things like that. So let's get right into it. Let's go to the kitchen. So in the kitchen, I have set up in the kitchen a little demonstration on what we're going to do today. So let me get this computer set up here. All right, so try to make it brief because I know you wanted a short video, so I'm going to try to cruise through it quickly. One of the biggest hurdles people have with meal prep is they're always concerned about what's the biggest complaint they have in regards to chicken. It's dry, right? Always dry. So how do we fix that? Well, we can tackle that challenge with a couple different chef solutions. And one of them I want to teach you today is poaching, and also a little bit about brining and things like that. So when we poach something, we can really retain the tenderness in it. And in addition to that, we also end up with a really flavorful broth, which is beneficial to a lot of other things that I want to get into in the future, like using that broth to cook different starches, potatoes, rice, things like that. So we're not just adding water to the rice, we're adding more flavor to it. So getting back to the chicken, let me show you what I had in mind for that. So usually people that do chicken, they're grilling it, roasting it, it dries it out to no end. So what I want to show you is how we can do that, cook our chicken and not have it dry, and be able to use it for our meal prep throughout the week without having to worry about it being dry. So let's get right to it. Let me go to the fridge and grab my chicken for you. So what I did here, this is just plain old skinless, boneless chicken breast, and I got a little pot here. So I'm going to put the chicken in there. Now this isn't, there's no skin, no bone on it, it's just plain old chicken. Put it right in there. Get rid of this bag. And then I have just some plain sea salt I'm going to put in there. And a little white pepper, okay? That goes in there. And then just plain old tap water. So I get this pretty filled up here. Get it going on the fire over here. Now I did some earlier so I can show you what happens. So that's going, doing its thing. What I want this to do is I want it to gently simmer. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It takes a little bit of time too. This is going to simmer for probably an hour and a half, something like that. Let me make sure I got the angle right. That's pretty good. Okay. So as you can see, the chicken's been in there a while. It's been in there for quite a bit, like I said, like about an hour and a half. And what this does, at the really slow simmer like that, does two things. It renders the fat off. And see, I've been kind of skimming it as we go. That's been cooking right here. And then, so you're taking fat away from the chicken, so you're actually making it better for you to eat. And you might think, well, it's not a lot of fat, but it kind of is. Because if you're watching your fats and you're watching the macros, you don't need these extra fats. So we can just get rid of them, take them off like that. And I got about a tablespoon there, but you know, over the process of cooking, I've got more than that in here. So that's more fat. That's all the fat you've taken away from potentially eating. And now you can have your other things that are maybe more enjoyable fats, like peanut butter and things like that. So also notice how tender this is. Look at that, just falls apart. So now you have this flavorful tender chicken that you can use for your meal prep. And what I like to do is I take containers. Where's my container? Oh, it's over here. And I put the chicken in these guys, right? Just load it up in there. Look how tender it is, it's falling apart. Put it in there, and then I cover it with this broth here. And then the extra broth I have, I save that to cook my rice, because that adds a lot of flavor to that. Now what it looks like before, what I did before is over here. And this is going to simmer slowly, and you're going to have to skim off the stuff that comes up the top. It takes out the fat like that. So that's a little bit about that. Whoop, my supplements in the corner over there. Some usual suspects, I'm sure you can recognize a few of those. I'll tell you what, if you guys aren't doing this, this is one of the huge things that I just learned from the program. Is this alkalizing us, the greens in the morning. It's a huge benefit. It's helped me so much. All right, so that's pretty much the gist of it. And basically, what I want to do is share with people ways that they can make their meal prep interesting and flavorful without being boring, because that's the huge thing. It gets mundane, it gets boring. It doesn't have to be. So that's what I want to bring to the program. Future installments, maybe something like 3-course Valentine's Day dinner for your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever it may be, that we can show how to do that, you know, a real interesting way, and also sticking to the program with our macros and things like that. So anyway, that's my installment, and that's what I can bring to the program. Hope you enjoyed it. It's Leon Trevino for MI40 Nation, out.